Oh, there it goes.
The world's on air. News is popping everywhere. Akai and Verm, we take the stage. Friends with headlines, turn the page. Just pure talk, it's what we do. Around the world, we bring it to you. Laughs and facts on your airwaves. Every story, every day.
Need a hat.
From sunny
I don't have a hat.
coasts to snowy peaks.
This is sad.
Breaking news and the hottest leaks. We're your voice, we're your crew. The globe's in spin, we'll bring it to you. Just pure talk, it's what we do. Around the world, we bring it to you. Laughs and facts on your airwaves. Every story, every day.
Every story, every day. How you doing, everybody? DJ Verm here live. We are on our show, our English podcast called Just Pure Talk, here with Verm and my brother Akai. Tonight,
How's it going,
I
guys?
think we're alone. I think we're alone.
I think
Is
we're
it
alone now.
wonderful?
I think we're alone now.
I think we're alone now. That's a song, eh?
Yeah.
So tonight, Akai and I have agreed on a couple of topics that we're going to talk. And no, we're not just going to talk about what's going on from Canada and the United States, but there will be some topic because Akai wants to talk about and we could maybe kick it off with that one. Akai wants to talk about Canada erupts as Crown Royal, one of our whiskeys, shuts down alcohol production, and Ford gets furious with the plant. In the
And I can understand why he's upset. Because he just lost 200 good paying jobs.
Yeah.
He lost tax revenue from all the whiskey and stuff that they're making. He is losing, I'm willing to say, millions of dollars a year
for sure
that province is losing.
200 employees. 200 something employees.
200 employees. He's probably losing what, 20 million in tax revenue, at least.
Yeah.
And so I understand why he's upset. But the part I didn't get was they're not closing down Canadian operations because they're going to move everything over to, and I got this, I have to jump over to this webpage so I make sure, Valleyfield, Quebec location is going to be processing all the Canadian Royale and all the other stuff that they make.
Yeah, so technically, what I'm understanding now that we've talked, what I'm understanding is they're doing like a couple of other companies without calling names. Other companies is that they're creating a American base and creating a Canadian base, and they decided to maybe their taxation in Quebec is cheaper, so they said we'll keep the plant in Valleyfield. That's what I feel. That's how I think. And then they're saying we'll go in the States, so they're going to have the products on both ends, no taxes to pay.
Yeah, so and they're probably going to save millions in just tariffs alone.
Yeah, exactly. So is it a pull that the company is completely leaving Canada? You just confirmed to me that no, they're going to be in Valleyfield. So that means they're still in Canada. And
Valleyfield and I'm going to, sorry if I kill his name. I apologize to all the Canadians right now. Gilma, Manitoba.
Okay.
Gimli, Manitoba is another one of the Canadian, another one of those whiskey companies distilling operations is there.
Okay.
So that's all staying in Canada, and it's going to service the Canadian market.
Okay.
The operations that are leaving are the ones that service the United States market.
Okay.
And with the tariff between our countries, unfortunately, nothing I can do about it above my hands. But that is forcing the company to relocate stuff back to the United States because they will save millions. I mean, multiple millions on import fees.
Well, that's it. So it's technically they're making a big shout out, maybe because the Ontario Prime Minister, not Prime Minister, but the Ontario government is losing his taxation in Ontario.
Yeah, but there's also the fact that, and I'm a step on my soapbox. Ottawa has not been kind to Canadian businesses when it comes to manufacturing, when it comes to keeping businesses in Canada. If you keep taxing people, they're going to find another place to make their product. That's why Microsoft moved not Microsoft, but Apple moved all their stuff to China, because it was cheaper to make it in China. And so they stopped making it in countries all over the world, and they shoved everything into China.
Yeah.
Now they're having to move to different countries because they're trying to escape the tariffs that are on China.
Yep.
So,
so
that's business.
Yeah. So see, we're talking about tariffs and separation. And so I listened to Mark Carney.
Because tariffs affect our businesses very much.
Yeah, also, but for sure. And like we said together the other day, I mean, in another podcast, tariffs are charged to the Americans because they're buying stuff from outside. Yeah. What he wants is to discourage the American companies to buy outside of the United States.
Well, and I guess Canada and the United States, they came to some trade deal a couple days ago on some.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. I've listened. That's where I was going.
Was it Carney? I'm going to kill his name here, but I think it's Carney.
Carney, yeah.
Him and President Trump met and hammered some stuff out. So awesome.
And that's what he was saying. He goes, and he said it quite nicely. He said it in front of the journalist. He goes, the problem is that Canada wants to have their car companies. Well, I mean, the business, and the United States wants to bring back the business from the American trade. So that's like one of the reasons why no one is agreeing, because
and this plays into like a lot of the subjects that we have tonight on, like one of the big ones, where we for so long have been outsourcing all our jobs and outsourcing. Well, when you outsource everything, then you create a welfare class, because nobody can get a job. No. There's no work.
No.
But you're still going to feed them and clothe them and do all that stuff, which is going to raise the taxes on the middle class and wealthier people to the point of where they're like, we're tired of this. And then they take all their stuff and move to a country that's more tax friendly.
Oh, exactly. Like some people are leaving the States, going to Mexico, and then Canada, there's losing people.
We've had quite a few businessmen come down from Canada. They're like, I'm tired of paying taxes up there. I'm moving my operations to the United States.
Yeah. That's it. No, but that's
and
it.
Vice versa. And vice versa. And everyone's like, well, we like how Canada does something. We're moving to Canada. And you know what? Whatever works for your business, you got to do what's good for you.
Well, that's a business.
Yeah.
And I understand that. Is it boring that all that's happening when you do fair trade?
I wouldn't lie. I mean, if I owned a manufacturing company, right now, my manufacturing, if I was doing manufacturing, all my stuff would be coming from China. Because we don't have the people here to do all that manufacturing.
No.
We don't have the tool and die makers. We don't have the machinists. We don't have those guys.
No.
They're all in China. We trained them 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And all those guys retired, and they didn't train anybody else because their company moved everything to China.
Totally with you. So.
Yeah.
But that's it. So, so are we going to see some movements from one end to another? We will.
In what sector? I think a lot of sectors are. Well,
I mean, Akai, we can't be blindsided to this. You know that a trade war is not the best thing. Is it good to settle some stuff? Is it good to settle some stuff? Well, yeah, maybe.
Yeah, but and I think what it is Trump's like, and I'm not making excuses for the man, but from what I understand about the man, he's like, look, come meet me face to face. Let's talk about this, and let's get it sorted out. Let's make it fair for both our countries, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
I think that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Because everything I've seen from, like, people at the White House talking about what he wants to do, and people, in Congress and the Senate talking about, I talked to President Trump and this is what he wants to do.
Okay.
All kind of leads me to believe that he's just like, look, we're tired of taking it in the butt, and we're going to give it everybody else a nice big hoo-yah until you come talk to us and we sort it out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because we're old enough to know, we've seen it.
Yeah.
When trade or something becomes imbalanced, then those jobs just no longer are here.
Yeah, you're right.
They're gone. They leave the country. And then we struggle for the next 10 years trying to get them back.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So it's the boring part, but it is. That's what it is. So are you okay?
I have a splinter in my
okay.
thumb. And I'm sorry, but this son of a gun hurts.
Okay. How did you get a splinter?
How did I get a splinter? Well, I was putting siding on my cabin today, which is looking very beautiful, by the way. I should send you some new pictures. I think I did send you the new pictures.
Yeah. Send me new pictures later. Yeah.
And but yeah, I put in one of those kickoff that, how you go to the front door of like a cabin or something, like a ski resort. They got that grate in front of the door so the snow can drop in underneath the deck.
Yeah.
I put one of those up there on my thing, and then I'm still putting siding on. So I probably got another day of putting siding on, and I'll be done with siding.
Okay. Well, that's great.
And then I got to stain it.
Yeah, winter's coming. You got to stain it with.
Winter's coming.
It's coming.
There's Akai up there on the side of the mountain. I drove up there today. There was frost everywhere.
Okay, no snow yet.
No snow, but there was frost. Like all the grass had frost on it. All the valleys going up the mountain had frost in them. But it was 81 degrees in town today.
Okay.
But up there,
degrees.
Yeah, it was warm.
Okay.
Well, Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius.
Well, yeah. 81?
Yeah.
Something like 20 something. Yeah. Ish. 20 something ish.
27 degrees.
Yeah.
Celsius. So, I'm sorry. I know we're the last country using imperial standard, probably.
Yeah. Using
Fahrenheit. But it's the French's fault.
Oh, come on. Again?
Huh?
Damn French.
It's actually, I think it is the French's fault, if I remember right. They captured the ship that guy was on with all the standard weights and measures to convert the United States to the metric system.
Okay.
And he died in prison.
He did?
So he never made it to America. And so that's why we're on the standard system and not on metric.
Okay.
Something so crazy that happened, hundreds of years ago. And that's why we're on it. And that's why we stayed on it. I mean, yeah, would I like to go metric? Sure, I would love it because it would just simplify my life. But I have a lot of equipment. It's all standard.
Okay.
And I'm sure the same thing happens up in Canada too, because you get standard stuff and metric stuff, and it's all mixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. I was looking for.
So what's the next subject? What are we talking about next?
So our next subject. Sorry, I'm just while we were talking, I'm fixing my Facebook channels. Sorry. So if someone writes to us, I could answer back. Okay, so the next topic, since we're already at 15 minutes off, and I'm trying to keep our topics in 15 minutes if we can. I was watching this, and more and more we're looking at the society going on. And I'm not going to talk about age difference. I'm talking about the society going on. So there's the masculinity. And they're calling it the people, the alpha bros, to emotional leaders. Emotional leaders dive into the modern masculinity is evolving less dominance for I can't say the damn word. Vulnerability, whatever. I can't say the word. What's going on with me? I'm sorry. Well, whatever.
Stop converting. Say it in French. And
yeah, vulnerability. Yeah, that's it. I can't even say it in French, man. I think I took a gin. Yeah. So, what is growing in confusion is seeing both genders, male, female. Let's not mix everything up, please, everybody. Male, female. Men are now training more, taking off they're making themselves more feminized, and they're being more sensitive. And then you got the female part, well, everybody, that they're getting more mannish, more not mannish just by the look, by the mentality.
Well,
what do you think about that?
I think men are starting to become more masculine because women have been lying to us for decades, telling us to get in touch with our feelings, to be blah, 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 and all they want is a man. But when a man shows his feelings, they crap all over him.
Okay.
And I've seen it happen way too many times.
Okay.
You know, with people in different relationships and all that stuff. And, you know, I was trying to show my feelings and be sensitive and blah, blah, blah. And she thinks I'm just a little girl and she doesn't want to be with me because I'm not man enough.
Okay.
But the majority of men today, and I don't care, you can't prove me wrong, are a bunch of fucking pussies. And I'll say it. That's my words. That's mine.
Not mine.
But grow up and get a set.
Okay.
Really. I mean, they have to. They can't order a pizza. They can't work on a car. They can't, you know, they're worried about, you know, the problems of, you know, capitalism and the blah, blah, blah society, a bunch of soy boys. You know, if men don't grow up and if men don't get masculine, you will be a slave to another man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is he does he have beards and
look at all the countries that have been defeated in combat. And then they're told they can't have militaries and they can't do this and they can't do that and they can't be aggressive because they were too violent at one point in their life.
Okay.
And now all those countries have a serious problem because men are not getting married. They won't even go date. They'd rather screw around with a robot or a rubber sex doll than deal with a woman.
Well, that's what I'm telling you. They're not. Well, I mean, you say that for men, but I could tell you that women are starting to become like that too.
Well, women's expectations are too high.
That's what I'm
sorry.
saying.
We're not all 6'4" and make $100,000 when we're 24 years old.
No, that's it.
That's super rare.
Yeah, and we're not all there.
Well, you see these women, you know, talking on these shows. They're like, "Oh yeah, I want, you know, he's got to be 6'4". He's got to make $300,000 a year before I'll even date him." And I go, "You're an OnlyFans model. Who wants to date you?"
You go.
You know.
Yeah, but they think that they're wonderful. They think that, you know, there's a lot, and I don't want to punch.
And some people may like that, and some people may be into that.
Well, there are people that like that.
Yeah, and that's their jam, and they don't care. Yeah, but if you want a conservative, rich guy that's going to treat you like a queen, I'm sorry, it's not.
Oh, it's not that
your
way.
body count better be below 10.
It's not the 24-year-old because he still has his life to build.
Yeah. The guy will be 34 years old.
If the guy's 30, 40, well, you might have that expectation a little bit more. Sorry, but
Dude, I think when I was 34, I was still living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah.
I was doing a little better.
Yeah.
The money stretched the whole month.
Yeah.
But it wasn't until I got into my 40s that I really started making good money.
Yeah. You're right. Totally right on that.
Because I had to grow and develop in business and develop in my knowledge of that business in order to before I could start making that kind of cash.
So it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's just the way it is. I mean, but
look at the dating services. Let's go there. Because that's part of it.
Okay.
That's part of it. They're zapping on what's that app that they're called? They're doing their like
my buddy, my boss was. We were talking about. It was Bumble was what he was using, I think.
Yeah, there was a Bumble.
Sweep left, sweep right, whatever, and and if it's a match, then you'll talk. But he goes, I hit up 10, 15 girls a week. I'm lucky if I get a response. Girls got pick of the litter, dude. They really do.
Yeah. Well, here's a real story.
It's if you're a woman that can't get a date, I'm sorry. You either look like you ran into a brick wall or you're 10 pounds of bag crap.
Yeah. So
and then I still think you would find somebody.
Yeah. Okay, I got a real story.
Okay.
And it's someone close to us. So he swiped left, swiped right. He found a girl on Tinder. And they started talking, texting, and stuff like that. So maybe a week or two. And then suddenly she says, hey, can we see each other? So the guy gets himself ready and he goes to the where they were going to meet. So he sits in his car, he's waiting, and he goes, man, she said like at 8:00. Still waiting. 9:00.
Well, at 8:05, she's not there at 8:05. Go home.
Yeah, no, but he had high expectations. I mean,
if she doesn't respect your time, then why should you respect hers?
Yeah, exactly. So then he calls her up. He says, weren't we supposed to meet at 8:00? And she says, well, I had something better to do.
Okay. See you later. Goodbye.
No, but he says, what? Yeah, I had something better to do. I decided to go back home and I don't care. So that's ghosting. It's called ghosting. Yeah. So but that girl works in a hospital. She's a nurse. Good looking, because I saw the girl. Good looking.
Yeah,
but she does
nurses are one of those career fields that are most likely to cheat on you.
Yeah.
I didn't know if people know that, but if you're dating a nurse, chances of success are very shallow. It's statistics. It's statistics. You can't. Same with doctors. The guy's a doctor. He's probably going to cheat on you.
Yeah, but you know why?
It's because he has money.
Well, one, he has money. And two, there's so much at work because there's nobody anymore. I mean, maybe not in the States. States are a little bit different in hospital-wise. Here in Quebec, nurses work like they do overtime all the time.
Oh, yeah. These poor doctors and nurses and all that are just
jobs. They're more at their jobs than they're in their real life.
Yes.
So.
Correct.
Yeah. Hey, Cree, how you doing, buddy? He goes, what the fuck? So, yeah. So they're more in real life. But that girl done that to one of my friends.
Well, yeah, and I would not, and
That got
I see it happen to a lot of guys. Like, you know,
yeah, but that got me pissed off.
my boss is like 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
he's 30.
uh-huh.
He owns a company. He's got money. You know, and he can't get a date.
Yeah. Yeah. That part, Akai, and it's maybe my age. I hope it's not, but it's not that I'm not understanding. It's what I'm seeing is how can the population, people of the planet, have so much uh, mentality to spit on people? That goes into the part where we were saying
It's because
they believe too much
when
in themselves now.
when we were dating, we didn't have swipe right, swipe right. We had to
Yeah.
cold call people.
Yeah.
You got Jeanette's phone number? Sure do. Can I get it from you? Yeah. You know, or you ask one of Jeanette's friends, hey, can I get Jeanette's phone number? I'd like to talk to her. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jeanette would like to talk to you too. And then you exchanged phone numbers and you went home and called each other. I was like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? Want to go to the mall this weekend?
Yeah.
You know, want to go see a movie?
Yeah. Yeah. But it wasn't like our time. I'm going to talk to me because I know you're a little bit more younger than I am. But my time, it was a yes or no. So you go see the girl. Hey, you're cute. I'd like to maybe go out with you. And then she would go, no, not interested because you're not my type.
No, they used to do that too. Fine. I'm like, okay, that's okay.
Yeah. But I mean, it's okay. That's what you mean? Okay, no problem. I'll go,
Yeah.
you know, I'll hit the next one. I mean, you know, I always take my time. I don't jump on the first conclusion. Like you said, you know, something happens, out. That's it.
Yeah.
I have no high expectations on people and stuff.
And if you're not going to respect me or my time, then I don't need to respect you.
Yeah. Exactly.
And yeah.
So
I can't even imagine trying to date nowadays.
Oh no.
Can't even imagine it.
I say the same thing. I'm with my wife for 34 years now.
Yeah, I'm a little over 30.
Okay. And I was talking with my wife the other day, and I told my wife, I said, you know, it's more easier to work on both ourselves. You know, our differences, our madness, or whatever. It's more easier and cost-wise, cheaper to work on ourselves and create our own environment of love.
Yep.
Than just jumping the street and go to somewhere else. And then losing everything.
Let's say for instance, you go on a little cat call, you're walking around the neighborhood, you go hit something hot. Now you got to deal with that, dude. And it's not worth it.
No. Exactly.
If you want to spice that up, go talk to your partner. Get things worked out with your partner before you start traveling around. But I totally understand. If she's like totally disrespecting you and being a crazy SOB, then I get it, dude. There's only so much you can take. But I would tell you as a man to have some honor and exit that relationship before you do anything.
Oh yeah. Well,
sure.
I mean,
because once you do the C word, your trust levels go way down with men and women.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a help for the relationship.
It's like a woman that's been cheated on. She's always thinking you're cheating with some other guy or some other woman. You know?
Yeah. So, Akai, we're going to hit another topic also because I mean, you know, I've been looking at different stories on the billionaires who are doing with everything going on the planet. Everybody's seeing World War III coming, all that stuff. So you got billionaires now that they're doing rival. They're in a rival craze because apocalyptic to our elites. So they're building these bunkers. They're going crazy now. They're buying silos,
Huge
building
bunkers.
bunkers.
I would
What's your
buy a
feeling?
silo if I could get one.
You can?
If I could get a silo, if my wife would let me get a silo, I would buy one tomorrow.
Okay.
One, it's cool as all F because I have a missile silo.
Okay.
And I would turn that into the survival hacienda of all times. I would have a tropical rain garden in there.
Have you seen that they exist? There's already a couple. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
one floor for someone is almost like $1 million something.
It's $1 million something. Yeah, which is
And you live
understandable.
per floor. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So you got like the mess hall, you got everything, gyms, you got pools,
Gym, entertainment room, pool, yeah, all that stuff's in there.
But it's crazy.
Then you have to work so many hours a day, like it may be your day to run the store, or maybe your day to run security or whatever. But everybody pulls a shift of something.
Hey, Ragnar.
Yeah.
So a lot of them have swimming pools.
The reason for the swimming pool is it's also an alternative source of water. So.
Okay. Well, it's a source of water. Yeah, but they can purify. I mean, I've watched on YouTube a lot of documentaries on that, and there's always these researchers that go look at these bunkers. They go ask it. Look at the bunker in. Have you seen the bunker in Las Vegas?
From back in the day, yeah. That
it's like a cheap. Not a demolished house, but something like, it looks weird. It's like
yeah.
And then there's
like millions of dollars for this thing.
There's the elevator by the house.
Yeah.
And then when you go down, it looks like paradise. It doesn't even look like you're in. It looks like you're living a normal life. And then you got the Oasis. The pool's built with spas and crazy like that. But that's more of a bunker, not for 5,000 people. It's more of a bunker that's like.
Well, there's some huge bunkers, especially all the ones that are popping around in New Zealand. Anything from 10-man bunkers to bunkers that'll hold 300 people.
But you've seen the ones in Switzerland.
The Swiss has a bunker location for every citizen.
Yeah, in the mountains. I've seen that documentary.
Which is the way it should be here. We used to have, Civil Defense Corps. And, we used to have bunkers and, like fallout shelters and all that. And we need to bring that back. But
I don't know. Do they really want the population to be protected if there's a nuclear war?
No, because they only want to protect the rich.
Because the
rest of us cannon fodder will be, falls into their plan of, cleansing the world and reducing the population. And there's a whole bunch of, crazy theories, on, reduce the population down to like less than 1 million people so the earth can recover. And,
Yeah, but what do you think? They're already doing stuff about it. It's like, we're not going to say that, we're going to say the C word. Okay. But like the C word, how much population did it eliminate?
Millions upon millions.
But for the people that are looking at that, they're saying that it's not enough.
Ragnar wrote something, but I can't read it.
Yeah, give me a sec. I'm going to go look at the chat. So Ragnar wrote, a lot of fallout shelters are still there and still stocked with good items. I have been in once. Yeah, but good items, okay. But is there rotation?
No. If If it's a civil defense bunker, that stuff has not been rotated since like 1970.
Yeah, I imagine when you open a can and it's like a can or something like that. You know what I mean? The cam there, or what do you call that other fake beefy thing?
Well, one of my favorite preps, I guess you could call it, rations, is pemmican. Because the stuff will last forever. Pemmican and hardtack.
Okay. Yeah.
No, because you can make a stew out of it, and it literally will last for hundreds of years. They have found pemmican in sacks of buffalo skins buried in the prairie that's been there 400 years. And it's still edible. Not the surface stuff, but you have to shave off the exterior stuff. But inside, it's still edible. Look at Mount Vesuvius. They found honeys and nuts and all that stuff all preserved underground.
Okay.
There's a lot of foods out there that, if stored properly, will stand the test of time.
Yeah, but you did talk to me about that because you were giving me a survival crash course kit. If ever there's something, and there are foods that you can keep. Like ramen noodles.
Oh, ramen.
Ramen. Is it ramen?
Yeah,
I say ramen
ramen.
because in French.
Ramen and Twinkies.
Yeah. Eating Twinkies your whole for 2 years.
I have eaten Twinkies that have been very old.
Yeah.
They may get a little crunchy and a little chewy, but they still taste good.
Yeah. So I got a question for you.
It's like Spam.
Yeah. Survival kit question.
Okay.
So I've been told, because more and more we're moving on in the future, more and more we got these people starting to say, hey, this is what you have to do. This is your survival kit. If ever there's a nuclear war and it blows up, you have to go throw yourself on the floor. Make sure that you're hidden because of the blast radiation, and then make sure that don't look at the light because the light will blind you, and blah, 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 and all that stuff. And then they say, get to the lowest part of your house, close it up, and you might be able to get out a couple of days later. And I'm going,
2 weeks.
You can't get out a couple of days later.
2 weeks.
Why 2 weeks?
It lets the radiation settle out of the atmosphere, and it's not as toxic to when you're breathing. You're still going to have to wear a mask when you're outside, so that way you don't inhalate radioactive particles into your lungs that'll kill you. But usually in 2 weeks, enough of it falls out of the atmosphere, especially if it's a surface detonation. But it's 2 weeks. And then when you do go to the basement to do this area, whatever area of the house that's above it, you want to throw books, couches, sofas, anything you can over the top of it to absorb that radiation so it's not coming to the floor.
Okay.
Above you.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Because you technically need 3 feet of dirt at a minimum to stop radiation.
Okay. So that means that when you got that 30 to 40 minutes, once the warning is called, you got to mess up the house.
Somebody better be going to the kitchen, grabbing every canned food, everything that's edible. Last Christmas's jam jars, all that stuff, and be taking it into the basement. And then you're going to have to bring down buckets, trash bags, all the water you could possibly store. You're going to be shitting in a bucket. It's going to stink. It's going to be foul. Get used to the dark. Make sure you bring batteries. If you got a crank up light with a radio. Might bring you some peace, because then maybe you might be able to find a radio station or something.
An old radio that runs with batteries.
Yeah, or a hand crank one. I have a hand crank one.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's a good thing.
That way I don't have to worry about batteries. I just charge the dynamo.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful.
It's got a battery, but it's more like a capacitor.
Okay.
And so you're just spinning the dynamo and it charges that capacitor, which then lets it run for 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah. So you're telling me we're 4. We're going to be living in I think the basement, that the part that the lowest that is more secure, that if the house blows down, that will keep me alive, is maybe something like
the room with no windows.
The room with no windows. There's the air exchanger, so I'm going to have to rip that out.
Yeah, or cover it up.
What?
Or cover it up.
Yeah, because technically, okay, it won't work anymore, but it's still going to be open to the air.
You want to cover it up. And so then guys will get rolls of plastic and they'll make a clean room with plastic.
Okay.
So you'll section off an area, you'll cover it with plastic so particles can't come in, and then you'll make a room between, so there'll be like 2 doors, and so you'll come in one door, dust off, do whatever, and then come into the other door. So that way you don't, you leave your shoes over there and stuff like that, so you don't track in contaminants. And be prepared to sit down there for 2 weeks. Bring a book.
You can't read it if there's missing a light.
Yeah, but you're going to have the light on at some point. If you got a little dynamo light, you're going to be going,
I used to have that, but I don't got it anymore.
Huh.
But like I said, I was talking with a bunch of friends, and I said, what would be the point of trying to stay alive if everything is destroyed?
Well, all are welcome to my kingdom.
No, I know. Yeah, but that 45 minutes I got is going to be too far away. I'll be dead.
All are welcome to my kingdom.
Yeah. No, but seriously.
By way or that. No, I'm serious. That's. I mean, am I going to try to restart the country? No. Come on. Reality. No, I'm just going to try to survive. And I'm going to be with other people that are just trying to survive, that want to protect their families and protect their loved ones. And those people are going to group up together. And then there's going to be power struggles, just like when new countries start, new dynamics. And, the groups you're going to have to worry about is the groups that are run by old veterans, because they already have a management for that power struggle.
Okay.
Because they'll put in a chain of command and a rank structure. And
yeah, but aren't you already there? You're an ex-military.
Uh-huh.
So that's why you're saying, come to my kingdom.
Yeah.
Well, I hope, Akai, I could get to your kingdom, but it's going to be far away, so I might die by radiation before I get there.
Might be safer up in Canada, buddy.
Yeah, well, technically it should.
Yeah.
Nostradamus said that Canada would be
the only thing, I'm not really worried about nuclear weapons as much. What I'm worried about is EMP.
Yeah.
Because EMP would do way more damage.
Yeah.
It would take minimum 2 to 3 years to replace all the transformers that an EMP would take out.
But does the EMP destroy health or just the technical stuff?
Just all the electronic stuff.
That is already a lot.
It's like when you hear about these solar storms on the sun, they produce an EMP and it hits the earth. But the magnetic shielding of the earth protects the earth from that EMP.
Okay.
But if you didn't have that, and there's been times where the ionosphere has been weak or whatever, and that thing has gone through it, like less than 100 years ago, it melted telephone line or telegraph lines. And that was one from the sun. So, and there's equipment out there that you can get to protect yourself. EMP shield is one of them. That you can EMP proof your car and EMP proof your house.
Yeah, but again,
some of us may use them.
Yeah, but again, say you protect your stuff. Your car's going to work. Your car's going to work. Whatever. You're the only one who has electricity. Okay.
I am now a target.
You are now a target. Yeah.
But if you do it wisely and go, look, I know your kid needs to have her diabetic medication refrigerated. Bring it over, put it in the refrigerator, but you got to pull guard duty on my house for 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
For that refrigerator right access. You start working with your neighbors and grant them a little boon.
Yeah. Like we see a lot of
But if you're going to be running a generator, everybody in the world's going to hear it.
Yeah.
You know, unless you got a solar generator. And then you got to go put solar panels out. And if you don't put an EMP device on your solar generator, it's going to fry. Your solar panels will fry. And it's not just one time. When that EMP pulse detonates or a nuclear device detonates, it's multiple EMPs. That's what gets you. It's not the singular EMP. It's the repeated EMP shock. Happening in microseconds.
Okay. I understand. I got here a summary saying, look at the Starfish Prime example.
I don't know what Starship Prime is.
Well, Starfish. So, Sam, I don't know. Summer, I don't know what Starfish is, and Akai seems to not know. And then you got Ragnar at the bottom. He says, if that does not work, then who will contact to get a refund? Amazon.
Well, you got, you bought that power drill. You bought a car. You bought a firearm. Bought a sleeping bag. When it fails in the end times, who are you going to call? Nobody. It's your damn fault. It's your damn problem. But all those EMP devices, they're all tested. They've been tested in military labs, and they'll do their thing. They also help with lightning strikes. So if you want to protect your house from lightning, buy one of those EMP devices, and you get a twofer. They're like $350 for the whole house. $300 for your car. Because say you do have an EMP. Say there was a solar EMP rolling down a couple of years ago from the north. And it was potentially scary. Like people in the government were watching this thing because it could happen. Like we could be knocking stuff out. This could be the one.
Yeah.
And if it did knock out transformers and all that stuff, but then your stuff in your house was not protected, like refrigerators and freezers and all that stuff, when they did turn on the electricity, you'd still be in the same position you were before because all your equipment's destroyed.
Yeah.
Now you got to go out and buy new equipment with the rest of the country trying to buy new equipment.
Okay.
So, that EMP device, if it works, but I think it will.
Okay.
Because I read a lot of the study and testing they did on it.
Okay.
If the device does what it's supposed to do, what they say it will do, then it will shunt off the ground, and that EMP won't fry the circuitry and all that stuff to everything that's plugged in the house. And when power does come back on, I'll be able to turn on my lights. I'll be able to use my freezer. I'll be able to use my refrigerator.
Okay.
In the meantime, I've been driving my car. I didn't have to wait 6 months for a part to come in from Toyota or wherever it was made, GMC or Chevy or whatever, so I could start my car because it got fried and everybody in the country needs one.
Oh yeah. No, I know what you mean. I got another topic, and I think it's going to be our last. Cause we do got 10 minutes left. So
Yeah.
it's what do you think of the deep fake dilemma? The truth of the age of the AI illusion. So
I'm very impressed with what they can do.
Yeah.
Like their deep fakes are crazy good.
Yeah, from
and you got to catch that, like where the hair doesn't move just right, or something's not flowing correctly,
or sometimes see his hand and it goes through something, and you're going,
yeah, okay, that's a deep fake.
Yeah, but now you're seeing it with politicians. You're seeing with actors.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's crazy, and it's one of the reasons why I
got a feeling there, and it's already kind of happened. They're going to have a movie that gets made that's going to be completely AI, start to finish, soundtrack, the whole nine, and it's going to get released by a studio, and they're going to go, it's magnifique, and they won't have to pay the Actors Guild, they won't have to pay the Screenwriters Guild, they won't have to pay any, and these people are going to flip a cow.
Well, you know it exists.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because I have a program that I bought. Not going to call out the name. I have a program that I call, and it's a legal program. Okay, it's a producing video program. Okay, that companies use, and they have the AI technology in it. And I just need to script it. I just need to script. I just need to build the story, script it, and then I say produce, and then it will reformulate.
Well, it'll do the same thing with a novel, a book.
Yeah.
You could give it a whole timeline in the book. Chapter 1 will be about this. Chapter 2 will be about this. Chapter 3 will be about this. I need 600 pages. Go.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
I mean, AI is crazy impressive on what it can do.
And I never tried that. I should, because I my younger age, I created a movie. I don't know if you remember 8mm filming.
Yeah.
Yeah. With the old, what was it called? Electrolux camera or something like that. Or no, it was Polaris. I think it was Polaris. So I created a book. So I created a script and I wrote everything down. And it was about it was a futuristic, apocalyptic thing that happened in Montreal. And then two scientists created the dome. I was one of them in the film. And when I wrote that, I created really with filming with my friends. So, but I tried it out in that program that I told you. So I rewrote a little bit of the script, the mindset of what I had. And I said, create a movie. Storyline, baseline, finish, and visual.
Yeah. Now I don't have to pay a writer. Now I don't have to pay so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. This is
going to be scary that a lot of humans are going to lose their jobs.
Well, yeah, and that's why they're going to have to go on basic income.
Yeah.
There are going to be people in the future that are born that will never work a day in their lives unless it's for something they want to do. They will collect basic income their entire life. They will get fed, poop from the, poop machine and be just happy.
Yeah.
And every time I see the movie, Idiocracy, I think, Jesus, that's the most accurate documentary I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, yeah?
You ever watched Idiocracy?
No, you're going to have to send me the link.
You're going to have to watch Idiocracy because it you'll sit there and watch it and just be dumbfounded about how accurate it is today.
Okay. Yeah.
It is a stupid movie. I'm going to preface this that out, but I love the movie.
Okay.
You know? And once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's that mentally scarring.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because you're like, and you'll be looking around going, holy crap, that's happening right now.
So it is crazy, eh?
Like Crocs, right? How many people do you know that wear Crocs? I refuse to wear them.
I got some in my foot right now.
Yeah. Well, Crocs was on that movie.
Okay.
And the reason they put that on that movie is they wanted the most god-awful, terrible-looking shoe they could possibly get that was cheap to put everybody in.
Okay.
It was all Crocs. You know, we're the average IQ of the world because everybody's using AI. Nobody's learning in school. Nobody's learning how to read. The average IQ of people is going down. And I want to say that's currently happening right now. Give me a second here.
Yeah. So while you're typing, I seen Ragnar wrote to me that it's on Netflix. So I'm gonna need the name. So you said Idiocracy? Is that it?
Idiocracy, yeah. And IQ scores are in a decline in some developing countries because people aren't using cognitive skills anymore.
Okay.
Because it's all done for them. All they have to do is hit button A and it makes it. They don't know what makes it.
Okay.
Like if I want to make a metal hammer, I know all the steps to go from raw dirt to making a metal hammer.
Okay.
But how many of those people are out there?
Well, not a lot.
Not a lot. It's kind of like tool and die makers. There's not a lot of them out there.
Yeah.
So it's a dying skill. Furriers, guys that shoe horses. Oh
yeah.
And before, furriers used to make the horseshoes.
Okay.
Now they buy the horseshoes in a box. And they got all kinds of different sizes, and they just whack them on, and out they go. But the furrier used to make the horseshoe. That skill's gone.
There we go.
How many people that can make knives? Make a sword, make a firearm, make a car, make an engine.
Oh, yeah, build the engine also. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you don't have that cognitive skill is going away because people tell us you can't do that. It's got to be done X way. Like, let me think of something here. So I'm trying to find a good example, but I really can't think of one right now. But there are certain things that you do that people will tell you that you have to do step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 in order to make that work.
Uh-huh.
Well, there are people that figured out that I don't have to do step 1 and step 3 and I can still get it to work.
Okay.
So I don't know. I think once you see Idiocracy and you watch it to the end, you're going to be like, holy Holy Biscuits.
Okay. So yeah,
You're
I'm
gonna be
seeing
like,
it.
you're gonna be like, that's happening right now.
2006 movie?
Yep, that is happening right now.
No, but I mean the movie. The movie's was made in 2006.
Oh yeah. And by far, I don't know if you like. I can't ever remember that. There's that black actor on there, Terry. I can't remember his name. I'm drawing a blank on his name, and I apologize, but absolutely like one of the best parts he ever played.
Okay.
Like he is on top of it. He plays Camacho, and which is the president of the United States. And when you see it, I expect that phone call going. I know I'll get a phone call and you'll say a certain word, and this reminds me of a certain guy, and I'll be like, you are correct.
Oh wow. Okay. So Terry Tate, official linebacker. Is that it?
No, it's not Terry Tate.
He wrote Terry Tate. Aiton Cohen. Yeah.
Terry Crews.
Oh, it's Terry Crews.
Terry Crews.
Okay.
Which I've always loved him as an actor. He is a phenomenal actor.
Okay. Yeah, I'll watch it. So I'll watch it. Yeah. I'm going to put that into my bucket list.
I think you need. That's one that you need to watch sooner than later.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna watch it on the weekend
because you'll be like, "Holy biscuits!"
And again, this was a 2006 movie.
This was in 2006, and in 2006 when I saw it, I'm like, "Holy crap! This stuff is happening."
Yeah. I'm just watching. There's a little preview going on my TV, and I see the guy. She's in a computer where it's saying no more money and no more this. And
yeah.
So I'm gonna watch it. And we can talk about it next time.
Yeah. Okay,
there's ladies so and gents,
that happens there. Yeah.
Okay, we're already at that time.
Are we at the time?
We're at that time. It went so fast. We got nice. 4 great topics tonight.
Well, it was a pleasure having everybody with us tonight.
Yeah. So I'm gonna let you hit your.
Please like and subscribe and go out to Verlam Radio and click on all those subscribe and bell notifications on whatever platform you are. That really helps us a lot. You can also go to that Vermland Radio and pick up swag, which would be awesome. We don't make any money. It actually goes back into paying the station bills. So a lot of money actually comes out of our pockets at the end of the year. So,
and we've brought the prices down to make just a bit of money, just to make sure that we could pay what we're paying at the moment, because it is true that we're both investors in this, and it'd be fun to be able to
if we ever made a profit, it would be a miracle.
Yeah, and if we do make a profit, we might give it to
if we did make a profit, we probably wouldn't know what to do.
No, I don't think so.
So, but we don't care. We just enjoy doing it. So
yeah, we do enjoy it. So, ladies and gents, thank you very much. See you all next week. Ragnar, I know you're there. Samurai, I know you're there. And all the other people are logged up. I had a Cree that wrote to us. So have a nice one, everybody. And see you all next week on Wednesday night.